Hey folks, Adam Welch here with you. Adobe updates so quickly. So this is an update to the update episode for making borders in Lightroom Classic, Lightroom, and Adobe Photoshop. I've shown you this twice before. Adobe keeps changing things. Not so much the process itself, but it does change how it looks, and that has caused quite a few questions, and I want to be sure you have the most updated version of my borders process that you can possibly have. So I'm going to jump over to the computer. I'm going to show you how to put borders around your pictures using Adobe Lightroom Classic, Adobe Lightroom, and then Adobe Photoshop. So let's take a look. We're going to start off with the two most simple methods of making a border around your pictures. Maybe not the most versatile ways, but the two most easy ways to do this. We're going to start off here in Adobe Lightroom Classic. Let's take a look. All right, folks, we're opened up here in Adobe Lightroom Classic, the good old standby. Just so you know, we are using Adobe Lightroom Classic 15.2.1 release, Camera Raw 18.2.2 release, just so you know what we're working with here. We have a little Leia here just chilling on the rug. I'm going to show you how to put a border around this super easy and talk you through some of the problems people were having with these newer versions of Lightroom. Essentially, we have the image opened up here. This has not been cropped. If you crop your image beforehand, you're going to get some wonky borders here. Essentially, it's going to add a border around the original image, and if you've cropped it, it's just not going to look right. So if you want to crop your image before putting the borders around there, go ahead and do that. Export that cropped image and then re-import it here to Lightroom Classic and put your border around it as a last thing that you do. So this image is out of camera, it is uncropped. We're going down here to the transform tab. And if you watch the other episodes, nothing has changed. We're going to scale, and I'm going to just take that slider to the left. I think maybe like that. We're at 90 there. And as you see, we don't have a white border anymore. In the older versions of Lightroom Classic, that would show up white in real time. With this, it does that. Essentially, the Photoshop layer checkerboard background. I guarantee you folks, when you export that, and this is the sticking point some people were asking questions about, when you export that, it will show up white. So I'm going to export it and then pop that picture up on the screen for you right now. So yeah, you see when you export it, it is going to be white, even though here in Lightroom it shows up checkerboard. Do not let that bother you guys. It's still the same process. Adobe, in their great wisdom, just made it look a little different. Adobe Lightroom Classic, I love you. You're my standby for well over a decade now. Absolutely easy peasy to do that in a Lightroom Classic. So let's jump over to Lightroom, which that was at one time the cloud-based version of Adobe Lightroom. Now it's essentially on desktop. So the process itself will be about the same, but there's a few little bells and whistles there I want to show you. So let's do the border in just regular Lightroom. All right, we have Adobe Lightroom opened up. This is just plain Lightroom. It is not Lightroom Classic. Get a little bit bigger window for you here. This used to be the cloud-based version of Lightroom, like I mentioned, but Adobe keeps having an identity crisis. So we have Adobe Lightroom here, and this is Adobe Lightroom version 9.2, just so you know what we're working with again. This is an oldie, folks. This picture is probably close to 7 or 8 years old now, so we're going to use it. I'm not sure why I told you that, but we're going to use it to put a border around here. Essentially the same process. Going over to our crop, rotate, and geometry. If you don't know, Lightroom is essentially a distilled version, a more intuitive version of Lightroom Classic. I always said, I don't know why I don't use it more. So you have very few buttons over here, but you're essentially going to do this little crop, rotate, geometry button. Click that. You have the same options we had in Lightroom Classic. We're going down to scale and just sliding that to the left again. And as you can see, that gives us that checkerboard background just like it did in Lightroom Classic. I'm telling you, when you export it, which is what I'm going to do now, that is going to show up white. And there you go. I promise you it will work. Don't let the checkerboard throw you off, folks. I'm telling you, it does the exact same thing. It just looks a little different in real time here. Now, the same rules apply. Do not crop this image before you apply that border. It's going to look wonky. Again, if you want to work with an image first, do all your edits, do your cropping, export that picture before you re-import it to put your border on there. Trust me. As I said, essentially the same process as we did in Lightroom Classic. A few other little things to do in here. We still have that checkered border around there, which can throw people off, but as we've seen, when you export it, it's going to show up as a white border. Now let's move on to what I think is the most versatile way to put borders around your images. This is how I generally like to do it. You can change the colors. You can really get specific with the sizing, and that is going to be in Adobe Photoshop. All we're going to do, folks, is stay with the same photo here in Lightroom. You can do the same thing in Lightroom Classic, but I'm going to right click, select open in Adobe Photoshop, and that's going to throw the image over to Photoshop, and we can do the border over there. I'm going to show you anyway how to do that. So let's go. So we've got our picture opened up here in Adobe Photoshop 2026. I think this is version of Photoshop, yes, 2740. And why won't this go away? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, just so you know what version of Photoshop we're working with here. It couldn't be easier. This is the most versatile way, I think, of adding a border to your images. You can change the color. You can really dial in how big the border is, but I want to address a couple things that I did not do in the previous border episodes when it comes to making your borders in Photoshop, and I think it caused a few folks some confusion. So if you hadn't watched the other episodes, we're going to go up to Image, we're going to Canvas Size, and that opens up our Canvas Size dialog here. I always change mine to inches. I'm here in North America. That's just what I go by. In the United States, it's just easier for me, more intuitive, but you can change this to essentially anything that you want in terms of dimensions. But this is where it gets important. As of right now, we have the current size here, the width and the height. We're a little over 8.5 inches, a little over 6 inches there. Let's say I wanted to add a 1-inch border around this photograph. You see right here, this is very important. This is what caused some confusion. You have the relative to current dimension checkbox. Now that may be worded different depending on your version of Photoshop, but it will say something to the effect of the relative dimension. If we check that box, you see this reset everything. This is the most intuitive way to do it, in my opinion. It is going to literally let you add whatever size border you want without having to do the math to the actual dimension of the original photo. So let's say if I want to do a 1-inch border on either side, the top and bottom, we're not going to put 1, we're going to put 2, because 1 inch here, 1 inch here, that's 2. If we have 1 inch at the top, 1 at the bottom, that's 2. So if we put 1 there, it would be like a 1/2 inch. So essentially whatever you want your border to be, double that when you go to put in the width and the height. That is, again, folks, very important, as long as you have the relative to current dimension checked. Oh yeah, folks, I almost forgot. You can change the color of your border here. You see down here, I was working with red for whatever reason. Just click on that little swatch. I'm going to change it to white. You can literally change it to any color here along the spectrum. We're going to pick your color, hit OK, and then we click OK, and there is our 1-inch relative white border. Now I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to show you what I was talking about in terms, whoopsie daisy, talking about in terms of the relative to current dimension. When you uncheck that, so I'm going back in, resetting that, and unchecking the box again. If you want a 1-inch border, again, it's going to be 2, so we're going to have to change the width to 10 inches. That's the 2-inch border, 1 inch on either side, and the height to 8 inches. That is 1 inch top and bottom. Hit OK, and that's going to do the exact same thing. But if you were to do that with that checked, essentially it could blow out the borders there, make it super huge, and I think I can do that for you now, just to show you the mistake some folks are making, which is not your fault. This stuff can be a little convoluted at times. It's not necessarily obvious. If we go to inches again, let's go to relative to current dimension. If for whatever reason, and I think I showed this in a few of the other episodes, if you type in that width again, so that'd be 10 inches plus 8 inches 292. When you do this, that's going to make a massive border, way bigger than you want. The key to that, again, folks, is going to be that little relative checkbox here, and be sure that that is checked. I would honestly do it this way from now on. This is how I do it. Leave that checked, the relative to current dimension. Change your dimensions to whatever you would like, and then I would just say a 2-inch border there, 2-inch border there, pick your color, then you're done. Easiest way to do it, in my opinion, of course. I do hope you enjoyed this, folks, this updated version of the 3 Adobe platforms to put borders around your images. You saw it. It's extremely easy to do. I love doing it in Lightroom Classic. I like doing it in Lightroom. I love doing it in Photoshop. To me, I think the Photoshop method is the easiest way to do it in terms of the versatility and effort. You saw that they've changed up the ways how, how the background looks in real time in Lightroom. Both the Lightrooms, don't let that bother you. When you export it, it's going to be a white border regardless. The other thing I wanted to be sure we addressed was that relative little checkbox. That has been the question I've got the most. Sometimes if you add the dimensions onto that with that already checked, it essentially blows out the border and it makes it gigantic. I wanted to be sure that we got that nailed down. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, I will do my absolute best to help you out with them. Put those down there in the basement of this episode. I've also put some links that if you want to try Lightroom or Photoshop or anything like that, try it for, I think it's a week now, free trial from Adobe. I'm going to put those affiliate links down there for you. Take a look. There's a reason why this software has been around for so long. Love it or hate it, it is the gold standard. If you got anything out of this, guys, please, a like and a subscribe costs absolutely nothing. It really goes a long way. I know you hear people say that, but it is the truth. If you really like what you saw, consider becoming a member of the channel. It's only 99 cents a month. You get all these episodes early. You get members only posts, members only videos, behind the scene kind of thing. And when we get enough people here, we're going to start doing a lot more live streams. So yeah, 99 cents a month for that. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Still can't end these videos. Oh, I forgot to do the gong thing. There we go.